Hello guys, this is Donald's Movies and today I got yet another top 5. So I made this video to go along with the previous subclasses video, and in this one I'm going to give you my top 5 possible sub-races that could be added into the game that don't go against the lore and could be possible. Some might be a bit more than just a reskin of the current models, but it is just my views and kind of my own compilation of other people's views. So without further ado, let's just get into the list. Number 5. Dark Irons. Now this one is possible and pretty easy to add, as it is nothing more than just a different skin color. Now there is a certain skin that might closely resemble the Dark Iron Dwarves, although it is kind of a far stretch. I mean, the Dark Irons are one of the 3 clans. As of right now you have the Bronzebeards, the Wildhammers and the Dark Irons. Now they officially joined the alliance with Moira's arrival, thus forming the 3 Hammers as we have it today. Now, appearance-wise, they look kind of like the Bronzebeards, although they are not as stocky, and their skin is usually grey, while they mostly have like white or dark beards, or sometimes even orange beards. Now, as I said, this could work quite well, as it could be added as a new skin option in the character creation menu, and I guess that goes for the Wildhammer Dwarves as well, as I didn't really add them into this list, but pretty much everything applies the same. Number 4. Taunka. Now the Taunka are actually distant cousins of the Tauren, as they do look almost the same. However, they were separated so long ago, so they had to adapt to the harsh wastelands of Northrend, so they changed quite a bit. Now a part of them joined the Horde in Wrath of the Lich King, and they have been in certain camps, so lore-wise they can definitely be a playable sub-race. Now on adding them, it is a bit more than just a skin, as their facial structures are a bit different, but they could implement it with a mix of like between facial features, so it's not like they would need an entire brand new redesigned Tauren model. Now I honestly think they would be a great addition and could add a bit more to the character creation variety, as they have many reasons to be added as a playable sub-race, plus we're getting the new models right now, so it would be a perfect opportunity. Number 3. Forest Trolls. Now this one could work, but it would be a bit harder to implement, as you would really need a different body type, as most forest trolls look different compared to the current trolls, which are the Darkspears, and the Darkspear tribe are one of the smallest and the weakest of all of the trolls. Now lore-wise, sub-races could actually be possible, as we have the Revantusk tribe, which has been active almost since the start of World of Warcraft, and they also had actions in Cataclysm, and even the 5.4 Siege of Orgrimmar. They actually helped the rebellion, so they are actually there. I mean, we have forest trolls with the Darkspear trolls, although they are not that big in numbers. Now I'm not certain if they will add this one, as they have all the reasons to do so. Plus I think it would be awesome, as it could offer a bit more than just the plain old troll look, and the entire new model situation could be a great opportunity to add something like this. Number 2. Magar. Now, this one out of all of these is the most possible one, because the Magar have been in the game since the Burning Crusade, and then pretty much everywhere ever since. I mean, a Magar was a war chief of the Horde. I mean, they were in Northrend, in all sorts of camps and armies, and now we're going to a world where all of the Orcs will be like that, in their natural skin color. So, Magars are actually quite rare and unique, as long ago, like 20-30 years ago, the Orcs formed the first Horde. Now some Orcs were sick, so they were isolated, thus they were saved from the demonic curse that swept the entire Orc armies, and they remained as the Orcs naturally are, so that means brown. Now how I mostly see this working is as a skin in the game, as they're really nothing more than just Orcs with a different skin color. So this might even be added in the game soon, because we're going to have an expansion that is all about the Orcs, especially the brown-skinned Orcs. Now the only problem that comes at this point is that lore-wise they aren't that great in numbers, and there is only a few of them. Well, not really like 3 or 4 of them, but I don't think there would be enough to form an entire army, plus the entire playable race might not work out that great, so it might be a bit of a stretch to turn it into an entire playable sub-race. Although I guess it could work, as not all the players would be Magar. And lastly, number 1. High Elves. Now this one is the most requested one, the most talked about one, but the one with the least possibility to be added. Now the High Elves are the Night Elven exiles that had their skins turn into a human color, like a peach color, and they also had some other minor appearance alterations, like the height and all of that. Now the difference between the High Elves and the Blood Elves is that the Blood Elves have green eyes due to the fellow influence, and they're also with the Horde, while the High Elves are a smaller remnant of the original High Elves and are with the Alliance. Now, I don't really see how this one could work well, but there are a few scenarios, although they're kind of a far stretch. Now, either add it as a Blood Elf skin, so you can say that this High Elf wants to join the Alliance or is kind of stuck with the Blood Elves, or add it as like a Night Elf skin. Another way could be to also add another race, although it would be almost near impossible, as I don't really think Blizzard would make an entire race just so they can change the eye color. So I honestly think most of these suggestions are just trying to tie something together, but I don't really see the sub-race being added that soon, even though it is very popular within the community. Alright, that is all I have for this top 5. Do give me some feedback on what you think, and which sub-races do you think should be added in the game, and also why. And also, these are just my personal views and my own compilation of the views of the community, so it is almost entirely subjective. So do give me your feedback and what you think about this entire list. Also, don't forget to like, favorite and subscribe, and also check out my Twitch.tv stream, as I stream there a few times a week, multiple games. You can also ask me all sorts of like lore, RP questions or whatever. Anyway, thanks so much for taking your time to watch this video, and see you next time.